guys, it's Karen. I thought I would come and do a Mounjaro update. I feel like I never say that right, by the way, so ignore my pronunciation problem. But I haven't done one for a while. I think I've talked about it in my island chats and whatnot, but not done a dedicated weight loss injection review. So I started on them in 2022. So what are we now? 25. Nearly into 26, aren't we? So 3 years ago, I started on this weight loss journey and a weight loss injection journey. And I started off at 86 kilos at the very beginning of it. I am currently 72 kilos. So I've lost a lot of weight. I did get down to 70 kilos towards the end of the Wegovy experience, but then it just sort of stopped working and I started putting on weight. And then I've also put on a little bit of weight. I've only put tiny bits of weight on here and there. In the transition from Wegovy to Mounjaro. And I was switching because Wegovy was no longer working for me. Mounjaro is thought to be more effective. So I've now been on the 12.5 milligrams for 2 weeks. And I think I'm going to order another 12.5 milligram pen rather than going up to 15. I've just been steadily going up every month, but I think I'm going to have another month on the 12.5 milligrams just because of some slight side effects. And also I can feel that it's maybe starting to work for me. So it'll be really interesting to see when I'm at 15 milligrams, when I'm at the top of Mounjaro, how that compares to being at the top of Wegovy, you know. And I think I've said to you in my iron chat before, I'm realizing, I know this is very obvious that it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic pill, but it is extremely effective. But you have to put the work in. When I don't put the work in, when I make bad food decisions, then I see my weight change, you know, and it's not all about weight loss. I shouldn't really even call this weight loss journey. I should call it health journey via weight loss injections or something like that, you know. But we have had my blood pressure go down so that I don't have to take as much of my blood pressure medication. My cholesterol has gone down. Somebody still even had a problem with that and was just like, you shouldn't be celebrating that because it's still high. I mean, it's 5 point something, which is the best it's been in many, many years. Even when I was really slim, it wasn't that. So there have been some real health benefits, and that is the purpose for me. The main purpose was to try and get my numbers down, you know, and reduce my risk of having a cardiovascular event that, you know, killed my dad and a lot of my family. I feel like I was going off on a rant there and I don't know why. Oh, I suppose because in the back of my mind, I'm always like, I can see the people going, really, you should just try and eat less and move more. And it is working. The injection works, but you've got to do the work beside it is one thing. You've got to do exercise and do what's healthy for you and make healthy choices, you know. And definitely the injection works. And so I can feel it starting to work now. And it's almost working better than Wegovy in that there's a couple of nights where I've had dinner with Kev and I could have not had dinner. I could have not eaten any of the dinner and just been okay, drinking water. But Kev had gone to the effort of making a lasagna for us, and, you know, it's kind of what we do together. We plan a menu together, either he cooks or I cook, and we sit down and have dinner together. It's kind of a ritual thing. And I was saying to him, we're going to have to figure out a way of having smaller portions if this is the way this injection works. Because I still want to sit down to dinner with him, and it's really hard to have smaller portions because, you know, you buy a certain thing of mince. I suppose you could go like to the butcher's and buy a specific type amount of minced meat or whatever, you know, you're buying. But it is tricky. It's tricky the way that the things that we do, it's really tricky to reduce the portions and not just chuck that away, you know, which feels really wasteful, which I suppose is silly because if I should throw it away, not eat it, you know. We've got much better with our snacking, I have to say. Kev and I used to be terrible for, like, you know, buying a bag of crisps a big bag of crisps that we would expect to last us all weekend, and we'd go through almost a bag each, you know, and we definitely don't do that anymore. Just have a few crisps or something like that if I fancy them. What else is there? So I said about the slight side effects. So I have noticed that not on the first day I take mine on a Sunday, my Mounjaro on a Sunday, but on the Monday, sort of by the afternoon, evening, I do feel a bit nauseous. I'm really lucky that I've got metoclopramide tablets prescribed for me because migraine gives you nausea sometimes. It's not something that I get very often, so I've always got plenty of tablets. So I'm really lucky I can just take one of those when I feel nauseous, and that's what I've been doing. And it's just been on that day, and then it's gone for the rest of the week. But I don't want to suddenly jump up to 15 whilst those side effects are still going on. I've also noticed my digestion is a little bit off on the Monday as well. I'm kind of sort of part constipated, part run into the loo, but it's not diarrhea, it's not constipation to any level of it being bothering me, you know. And also I think I've been, one of the bad choices I've been making is I've been having porridge in the morning instead of having my shake. You guys know I love my shake, and one of the reasons that I love my chocolate shake in the morning is because I put all of my things in it. So I put collagen in it, I put psyllium husk in it, which is the fibre that I think helps me, may have even helped my cholesterol reduction. So psyllium husk, collagen. I put in 2 turmeric capsules because I find it hard to swallow capsules. So if I can get it into my shake instead of swallowing capsules, I'll do it. I put a moringa capsule. I might sometimes put a berberine capsule in. I'm going to think about adding that in. Anyway, it's an easy way to get that sort of thing into my body. But in the holidays, I decided that I was going to have some porridge because I love porridge. I love peanut butter porridge. It's what I used to have every morning before I went to work at NHS. Kept me full until lunchtime. The problem is I have agave syrup in it. I don't like porridge without any sweetness in it. I've tried it with sweetener and it's just not the same as having agave. And I know agave is lower GI, but it's still sugar and it's still something I should avoid, I feel like. So I've been having my peanut butter porridge for breakfast and it's naughty. I've just continued it and got some more porridge and been having porridge. I need to go back to having my shake. I'd kind of gone off my shake. That was the other thing with Wegovy. It was not working, but also things just tasted very, very bland. And at the moment, I'm still enjoying what I am eating. I think I need very small portions. And I think that would be the perfect way of this thing working for me, is if I just needed smaller portions and made healthier choices, you know. So yeah, like I said, I'm 72 kilos at the moment. I've gone up a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but it's always been around the 72 mark. I kind of go up and then I go down and then I go up and then I go down. And so now we're back from holiday. Hopefully we can get back. I'll get back to doing my exercise bike in the morning and my yoga. I haven't done any yoga in the holidays. And, you know, making healthy dinners. We've had a few takeaways in the holidays. We've kind of lived badly, if you like. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope that was useful. Let me know how you're going on your journey, because I know there's lots of you on these injections. Is most of you on Mounjaro, or did you switch with the new price? It's really expensive. It is really expensive. And we are, I would say, tightening our belts since, remember, Kev changed job and he's not on as high a paid job as he was before. He's still on a good salary, but I am not bringing in anything anymore. I was going to do one of my ironing chats actually saying, let's talk money, and tell you about how much I'm actually bringing in from YouTube and affiliates and all of that, but it's like barely anything. It doesn't really cover anything. And I used to be bringing in like £600 or £700 a month from YouTube, and then there was affiliate stuff. So yeah, we need to be careful. We need to be really careful. And it's one of those things I see when I do my finances and I think, oh my God, that's one of those things that is probably, you know, could be dropped off, and that would save us £300 a month. But we're sticking at it at the moment, and yeah, I'd love to know what you guys did with the whole Mounjaro price increase. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.